Alright, so right now I'm going to talk about a little bit about some extensions that are going to help you a lot. Now, if you go here on the readme.md, for example, or any file, let's say license, for example, on my end you see here that who have done the changes, which says here you 25 minutes ago, and some information of who made those changes. Now, you're not going to see that if you don't have this extension. Now, let's go to the extensions and install something that is an extension that is called GitLens. Now, GitLens is an amazing tool that is going to show you all the changes that are done to your code or to your files, and by who those changes are done and when as well. So it's pretty useful extension when you're working alone, and as well when you're working in a team. You're going to see who made specific changes to specific files, so you'll be able to keep track of what's going on. Now, another extension that I find pretty cool, which is Prettier. Now, Prettier is going to format your code and make it more readable and more, as the name suggests, more pretty, basically. So I'm going to demonstrate this. Now, after you install it, I'm going to demonstrate this in an HTML document. Let's create here an index.html and let's give it a normal body, and let's say your code is like this, and we create an h1 here, and let's say this is my first website. Now, let's say we do have this, and it's not really that organized. Now, to organize it using Prettier, we can hit on Alt, Shift, and F on Windows, and it's going to organize the code. Now, probably on your end, it's not going to organize the code. It's going to ask you for a formatter on the bottom right. Now, you click on choose formatter, and it's going to show something like this. You click here on Prettier. You can click on Prettier, and it's going to be your default formatter. Let's Control S this file. Let's save this file. We do have here a change. Now, before we can make the changes, let's talk about one more extension, which is the tag changer. Let's see. I'm sorry, the auto rename tag. Basically, this is good for HTML documents. When you're working with HTML documents, let me show you what it does. Go to index, and let's say here we do have another h1, let's say, another heading, and this is the second heading. Now, let's say if we want to change this from h1 to h2, usually we go we have to change this one here, the 1 to a 2, and we go to this one and change it from 1 to 2. So instead of doing that, we with the tag changer, we just click on any of those, and it's going to change it for us on both ends. So it's totally it's very easy to change the tags here. And the last extension that I would like to talk about is it's regarding the Markdown language. Let's Control S this file and go back here to readme.md. Go to Extensions, and let's type in Markdown Preview or Live Preview. Alright, Markdown Preview Enhanced. Yes, this is the one. So you can download this one. Now, what this extension does, it shows you in real time what you are doing in, or what modifications you're doing in your Markdown file, which is in this case README. Let me show you. Let's click on Control Shift P, the command palette. It's going to show you this command palette here, and let's type in Markdown here, and and we're going to select the open preview to the side here. I'm not sure if it shows up real well, but let's click on open preview to the side, and let's collapse this one. I collapse it using by clicking on the same explorer thing here, and we do have here a live preview of what we're writing. So we do have here, this is a README file. Let's say we're putting two hashtags or 2 pound signs, and we're going to type this is heading 2, and we do have here a dash, and we're going to call it this is a bullet point as well. And if we want to insert like a piece of code in our Markdown, let's say we do have a heading 2 and call it code example, and we click on, we hit on we insert 3 backticks. It's going to insert a code block here, and we're going to, let's type in, let's say, a simple function that says function sum a and b and return a plus b, basically. So it's going to show up as like this one once we upload it to GitHub. But let me check here. Okay, so let's say we're using Python for this one. So it's going to colorize some of our variables and symbols. Now we're not obviously using Python here, we're using JavaScript. So using JavaScript, we do have a different coloring here. So let's rename this to JavaScript code example and upload this code to the repository. We hit Control and S, go to source control, we review the changes, everything looks good, and we hit we put a commit message. Let's say a small update, and commit and synchronize changes. Alright, so let's go back to GitHub and see what we have done here. We have done some changes on the README file, so we will be able to see the changes here on the main page. So we do have here, this is the README file and all of that, and we do have the function that we have added. Now again, for a complete course about the Markdown language, you can find it on my my account here, on my GitHub account. Feel free to follow. You can go to Software Development and Documentation repository and go to Markdown, and you'll find a file that says markdownquickguide.md. You can review this file. It contains a lot of valuable information, and I wrote it as easy as to understand as I could. So I hope it is going to be useful for you as well. Now let's go back here and to the same repository, which is my first website, and we're going to see here as well some information about the languages used as well. Now in this case we're using HTML 100% because we're not using any other coding language. The Markdown is a documentation language, not a coding language. The license is just plain text, and the gitignore is a gitignore at this moment is an empty file, so the only code that we do have here is the HTML, which is why it shows up as 100% HTML in this case.